you need to know that whatever dream you had a dream. No one had a dream. If you think about it, dreams, you slept and had a dream. As the bearer of a vision, I believe you need to hold it fast. Understand that you have the vision. Yeah. So it's now outside opinions. It is outside every other thing. You are inside it.
Welcome back to the First Gems, where culture, creativity, and the come up collide. Today, we're sitting down with one of Ghana's rising stars, an artist whose sound blends soul, faith, and storytelling in a way that's completely his own. From his breakout EP, Finding Nimo, the capsule, to his new album, The Odyssey, AraTheJay is redefining what it means to make music with purpose. He's collaborated with artists like Black Sheriff and Bella Shmurda, and his mission goes far beyond hits. It's all about identity, belief, and legacy. Ara, welcome to the First Gems. We're so excited to have you. How are you feeling?
Yeah, I'm just a bit too excited because my tape is about releasing 17 songs. Can't wait for everyone to hear this. Yeah, so I'm just a bit too excited for it, but I'm holding in there. Yeah. Yeah,
We
and
are
thanks for
just as
having me
excited. Yeah,
and
we're
the
super
team.
excited to have you represented all the way from Ghana, the Gold Coast. What's up, brother? Like, I'm super excited to get into this. So, Ara, let's get this going. From the Gold Coast to the West Coast. Let's do it. Okay, so let's go back to the beginning. So, Ara, like I just mentioned, you're based out of Accra, Ghana. So what was it like growing up in Ghana for you? Like, take us back to young Ara.
Young Ara. I mean, aside studies, school, normal neighborhood, rascals, just it was mainly church for me. Growing up, my dad is an apostle of the Church of Pentecost. He teaches the word of God, and he teaches, I mean, school literary stuff. Yeah, so because of that bit of background, there was more of steady church, neighborhood, just a normal lifestyle. But then more of church. Yeah, more of church. I think my
Mm,
childhood, I don't have so much memories of it, but I remember more of the church stuff. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, actually, a lot of like Ghanaian, even West African, folks that have a similar background. Like specifically in Ghana, it's really like religion is like second to none. So that's really interesting. A quick question on that. So when you mentioned growing up in the church, was music always a part of that? Like, how did you start to, find music or like realize that that was going to be more than just, like an interest for you?
I think for me, music is, I wouldn't say it's a family thing, but my granddad used to sing. So
Mm.
he used to sing and preach as well. Yeah. So um I was with him most of the time. I was born in the western part of Ghana, Sekendi. Yeah, and that's where he is from, granddad. Yeah, and he was a Presbyterian
Mm.
preacher. Yeah, so I think the music came for me. I was more acquainted with the music from his side because I used to go with him on his, he would go preach, do this, that. Yeah, so I got that bit of singing. He was a choir leader and all that. Yeah,
Mm.
so I think I was watching them as I was a kid. But in church, I play the drums, I play instruments,
Mhm.
yeah, and I sing too. But you know how we all do this thing at church, so you don't really take it as songs. You don't really take it as it's a niche. Yeah,
Mhm.
because everyone there everyone there singing praises and worship film. Yeah, but I think the distinction came from school. Like now I stayed in because of daddy's work, had to be in Ghana, had to leave Ghana for Kenya, had to leave Kenya, come back. So that whole culture shift, it gave me a whole um perspective on the music. It made me understand, okay, You came from church, now went to Kenya, listen to people like Sauti Soul, and Kenyans also love the Caribbean music so much, have Vibes Cartel and all that. So we have our own Gaza in Kenya. But Gaza is originally in Jamaica though, but yeah,
Yeah.
because of the love. Yeah, so I mean all these influences, mixing gospel music with Vibes Cartel, and now coming back to mix it with Daddy Lumba and all these other great. Yeah, I think that whole collection is submitted in getting this kind of Nimo AraTheJay. Yeah,
Yeah.
because now he doesn't do one kind of music. You hear you hear a central message. For me, it's always about the positive thing that I have to say in the music. But it doesn't have to be streamlined. Yeah, we can do it like the weekend today and go like Drake again and come back like Sarkodie maybe. You know, it's all art. Yeah, so I think it's all these upbringings that shaped the perspective on music. Yeah.
Oh, that's dope. I love your voice, by the way. You're so cool.
Yeah, it sounds like the like him in his songs. You know how some people it's different? Like he has that smooth talking voice, same as you do on your tracks, which is cool.
I'm just
Right.
tired.
Like this is just me on a regular day. That's dope. That's super dope. Yeah, so you actually brought up something really cool, and I want to hear a little bit more about high life, right? Like in Ghana, y'all really started off that sound. So when you were talking about your grandfather and the influence, and like just tell us about with traveling and listen to different types of music, like how do you now come and blend that sound into what is your own music today? Like how do you take all those inspirations and blend them into your sound?
So initially, yeah, that was part of the challenges because it's like there's so many languages. I speak Swahili, I speak English, I speak Akan. I have a little patois in there, because of vibes and popcorn and all that. Yeah, I have a little Kendrick because initially Ara didn't used to sing. So we have Ace J Ara. So when I started doing music in school, the guy that you're seeing now, he was Ace J Ara. And that time I was rapping, you know. I might give you a freestyle, but
Oh,
let's come back to it. But yeah. Yeah, the guy was rapping, and then through meeting other artists in school, other young artists who we started music with, I mean, I felt like no, I can't just rap this. I can also sing this. Yeah,
yeah.
so I began doing both. And then the conflict came in the languages, as you are saying, because now I wanted to sing for these Kenyans too, because I like South. So yeah, and I want to do this part one. How do we make it global? Yeah, but you can't please everyone. That's why I'm saying that as an artist, you have to always be able to um take up any form because the art needs to take the form. Just keep the message central. Yeah, but the form of the art has to go anyhow. So we sing it now, we rap it at times, but I make sure that in trying to achieve that global perspective, I might make a song for my Ghana people, but mostly the aim is that we are making music for the world. Yeah, so
Yeah.
we might have a central language like English, let's say. Yeah, but I'll still try put my best, do some Swahili in there. So we have some Swahili songs on this upcoming project. We have you hear some patois, rhythm, Tenzin. I mean, it's all on the Odyssey. Yeah, so you get to have a full perspective of who Nemo is. Yeah, so that's how I think the balance comes in trying to achieve the world focus. When you are trying to cover everyone,
Yeah.
you have balance. But when you are just focused on one side of it, yeah, you tend to forget another side. Yeah.
Deep, deep, deep. I like that perspective, like meeting people culturally, so there's some representation, but keeping the message central, which I believe is the same that we could say about high life, we could say about rap, we could say about all these different genres. So super cool. Okay, well, talk to us. You mentioned Finding Nemo, right? Is that how we say it? Nemo? not to get confused with the Pixar movie.
Yeah, Finding Nemo.
So what
Yeah,
was the
no,
inspiration behind the name? Yeah, Finding Nemo, which I like, by the way. It's like a personal journey that represents you, right? So what does the name mean and what is the journey that you're reflecting on in this project?
yeah. So I mean that's one of my favorite animations, and it was kind of just made sense how in high life in Ghana or high life in general, one of the pioneers of high life is Geja Nimo. He's a doctor in music. He has a PhD. He's a Ghanaian. Yeah, and they attribute my high life aspect of the music to Nemo. So Ace J Ara in high school, who is now AraTheJay, is also Nemo Constantine. So he goes by various aliases. That's why Nemo doesn't want to be boxed, you know. Yeah, Nemo he can be Nemo Constantine, he can be just Constantine or JR or AraTheJay, but it's still, still the central message. Yeah, so um uh talking about high life Ejako Nemo, that's how they attributed that name to me. And now Finding Nemo, like the fish trying to find the way back home. I'm trying to lead the world on a journey to find my sound. So when someone hears Finding Nemo, it's like, is the guy trying to find himself? Because I thought he's Nemo. So what's happening? Yeah, so here there's a journey on taking the world to find who Nemo actually is. Because I mean, if Nemo didn't know who he is, he wouldn't have a name. So now Nemo actually knows who he is. So the world has to find him, and there has to be several things that the world needs to do. And I've put these things in a project. So last year, I had a project called the Capsule. The world needed to take the capsule to find Nemo. So Finding Nemo is a series. First of the series, the capsule. Second of the series, coming out in a couple of days, the Odyssey. Now I'm taking you on a real journey. I'm letting you appreciate the church boy who didn't always have to be at church because he wanted to go and record, he had a show, wanted to go and perform, and he will finish performing at 4 a.m. and church is at 7 and the place is 5 hours away and your parents don't even know you're not in the house. I mean, they need to know all this. So I needed to bring them on the real journey. That's why we have the Odyssey, 17 songs. You
Yeah.
understand? It's a real journey. Yeah. Yeah.
It sounds like English was your favorite subject. You got all the literature references. That's super dope. That's a good one.
Yeah, real.
That's so deep, actually. Like, it's kind of like you're touching on like your journey, like culturally, but then also identity wise.
And
So,
also sonically, let you
also
appreciate
sonically.
you appreciate all the genres, the high life, the Afro beat and all that. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I actually want to go back a little bit and like kind of touch on some of the nuances and similarities between high life and Afrobeats because they are different. We obviously know that high life, to you guys' point earlier, originated in Ghana, and then Afrobeats, from my understanding, is more of like a modern, like blanket term that we use to describe like all popular African music at this point.
Yeah.
So, how would you kind of like break down the difference between?
I mean, it's very, very different from the people who know the basics of it. Yeah, they know it's different because the difference comes in the sound. So it's a I don't know if you can hear me by the one. It's okay, so they have a drum pattern to it. Sorry, they have a drum pattern. Oh, sorry, I didn't need to do that. I needed to just tell you the drum pattern, but they have a pattern for it. I just don't know the pattern, like the correct pattern. But there's a drum pattern that distinguishes Afrobeat and high life. And also, as you said, Afrobeat has made to be a more general term. But when you talk of high life was started in Ghana by musicians who played to the British people. And these British people, they were people seen to be living of the high society. So these are the people who are gonna enjoy this kind of music. So they are living the high life, kind of, So that is how that name came about for that. Yeah, but the Afrobeat is, as you said, the new recent term they want to give to all African. And I mean, we don't shy away from that. But high life is ours. So we are in it. Yeah. So yeah.
I love that. It's kind of also too like how within Afrobeats and Mapiano is kind of like its
Yeah.
sound.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think more people need to know about like it needs to be a little bit more
We need to
shown about.
champion it more. If we champion it more,
Right.
I think, yeah.
So then with that, how would you say that you as an artist, you're staying true to your, high life Ghanaian sound while also incorporating like the patois, like all the different sounds globally that you talk
So high life to me is not just, so as I said, there's a drum pattern that distinguishes all this and how it came about that gave it the name. But for me, as an artist, I believe high life is heard in the vocals. So we might be singing the same things, but it won't sound the same when I sing it, because of my background, because of how I've listened to people like Nimo. Yeah, so it might lead me to pronounce some certain words with a certain feel. Yeah, it would be so different, but we might be saying the same things. Yeah, so I think high life, it lives it for me. I might be singing English. Yeah, I sing the last song, Put Them on God, for instance. I'm going haywire on a trap thing. Yeah, but you hear that, no, this guy is some West African, and that's the vibe. That's a high life vibe. It gives you, and but Afro, there's something that Afrobeat kind of generalizes, but high life distinguishes, lets you know that, like, it's like a sound like Fuji in night sound. It is very, very distinct. Anybody doing Fuji, whether on what kind of instrumentation, the fact that he's a Fuji artist, you would know, you would hear it. I think that's how high life is for me. Yeah, and that's how it translates into my music. So aside me speaking my dialect, which might make you just know that, oh, this guy is straight away Ghanaian, I think you hear it in how we sound. You hear it in the feel of the voice. Yeah,
I love
bro.
that. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, actually. It's very specific. It's like something where it's very unique to you and like only you because you come from that. Like it's in your roots. It's in your blood, basically. No
You know,
explanation.
you don't have to explain it.
Exactly.
They can hear
Um,
it.
exactly. So you, like we mentioned earlier, you worked with some pretty notable names, Black Sheriff, Bella Shmurda.
By
What
God's
have
grace.
those, yeah, type of collaborations, what have they taught you and kind of how did they come about, really?
Oh, big love to the team, my team, the Almighty Entertainment. First of all, big love to Almighty God. Yeah, that's my first manager. Then big love to my management. That's Almighty Entertainment. I think we keep working. We've been working, and nothing is by chance. Whether Fire, for example, came through going to a Sony camp to go record, and I ended up being in the studio with Bella Shmurda. He ended up making me release the song. So it goes back to my first manager, then second management, and you understand. You understand everything is by God's grace, purely. Yeah, because no one knows where Sonny is doing a camp. They're calling AraTheJay. So Sonny did a camp, called a couple Ghanaian artists, but mostly Nigerian artists. They organized it in Ghana. I was there with Manifest. I think we were the only Ghanaians with Daco vibes. Yeah. It was an amazing camp. Did songs like C'est la vie, Fire. Yeah. And with Black Sherif, that's my guy though. That's my bro. That's my G. Yeah. Yeah. Ion. Yeah, that's my guy. Yeah. And big love to Sherif and big love to the team. All these artists didn't they didn't make it really hard for you getting a song out, even if you are relatively new, as compared to the number of projects and the longevity and all that. Yeah, so relatively we are new, but they didn't make it difficult for you to put out the project. They actually help you to, they let you understand that you are coming into a new market. You ought to do this. Yeah, and big love to them and their teams because they helped us, and we are here today by God's grace. Yeah, and these collaborations actually taught me to appreciate culture more. I mean, as I've been learning through the travels, because you understand that you are trying to get now the message to Bella Schmeder's fans. Yeah, you're trying to get the message to Savara Sauti Soul. So how are we doing this? Yeah, you need to sit and think holistically, see how you approach the music, both in lyrics, in melodies and all that. Yeah, let us sit globally, as I was saying. Yeah, then so that's what it has taught me so far. And we are still learning. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. Wow, I love that. Um,
Yeah, real. Too real.
I love your
um,
energy.
I know.
Same. I love it.
You're just a happy guy. That's great.
Yeah. You've
Um,
gained 3 new fans for sure.
we are just as excited about the Odyssey as you are. Okay, don't get it twisted.
Too
Okay,
true.
so yes. So kind of just rounding out like more about your sound and your mission. You said that music is both a mission and a message. So moving into like this next season as well, what's the message that you hope to leave your audience with right now?
Yeah, okay. I think the message has always been one. It's always positivity. So no matter the situation, I don't really like to talk about how I feel about it, in as much as I'll put it in there. But I wouldn't want the whole central message to be about what I'm feeling. No. Like for example, if it's a heartbreak song, I wouldn't want you to finish the song, then we start feeling like no, you don't even deserve to be in a relationship. No, it doesn't. It doesn't have to be like that. Yeah, I mean, you have to know how I feel and probably know what led to it so that you can make your decision if love is good or not. Yeah, so I think it's always trying to be positive. But with this particular tape, I'm always trying to be politically correct, always trying to be not hurt somebody maybe by what I say. Maybe the person is hurting me, but I feel like it's fine, because people really be feeling some ways when you say some things. But I think they have to be, I think if it's black, it's black. Yeah, I think if someone deserves to be told the truth, I think he just deserves it. Just lay it bare. So in this tape, I've laid a couple of things bare, couple of issues I had with maybe relation wise, maybe my business people or my relationship or the music industry. I mean, we are facing everyone. So, and all the stories, how I wasn't allowed to leave home or come back to the house because I've gone to perform or record and all that. Like all these things. People actually think people just call you for collaborations and all that. But yeah, you actually work. It's actually because we've been working. I've been recording since 2012, been walking to the studio from high school. Have to miss. I mean, we don't have to go so much into these things, but they are on the Odyssey. Yeah, so I put a couple of stories in there. You get to know Nimo, AraTheJay well. Yeah, yeah.
I love that. I love that.
Oh, you're
Wow,
crazy.
thank you for sharing all of that with us. Like you're so deep and intentional with the way that you present your artistry. And I'm really touched. And it's always interesting when we get to really like pull back the layers and find out your why. Um, and I do want to get into that. I want to definitely first I want to touch on your like style and presentation, which I think is very cool. And I'd love to know
Thank
what
you.
inspired that. Like, what inspired your style? Like, with your fashion sense and also with like your style of music, your visuals, like
Mhm. I think let's say the foremost of the styling. I think my feeling about music did. I feel like music is so much about what I have to say than how I look. So I didn't even think you have to know me. I didn't even think you have to see my face. I thought it's very necessary though you hear my voice and know what I'm saying. Yeah, but as time went on, I mean, I had to appreciate the fact that there has to be a face to the music. They have to know who is saying this, you know? Yeah, so initially I'd covered everything, just left here. We're wearing
period.
the bikers mask and all that, you know?
Wow.
Yeah. And then fast forward, I met this girl, Akuma. She does this crochet stuff. And she was like, why not make a crochet mask, balaclava, instead of the normal clava? Because on the crochet clava, I can have cowries. This cowries signify the spirituality in the African sense. But just by the cowrie, I have my cross to tell you that in that spirituality, this is the one I believe in. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
So you have the mask on. It has the cowries. Other ones have the pearls. So each one's just signify the culture, my culture, yeah, and my faith. And you wear your salvation as a helmet. So when you see me, this is who I believe in. This is AraTheJay. Yeah. So, but gradually I'm learning to, I can show a little bit of my hair, and because getting into some, let's say, high commission, I mean, there are different platforms that would require me to present myself, but some people, some dignitaries have problems with people who cover their faces for very, very obvious reasons. Because I mean, if the face is covered, you are anonymous. So if anything goes wrong, you know, yeah, so I think we had to find a way. So with this coming project with the Odyssey, I think I might be introducing a little bit of my hair, be showing you a little styling thing.
Okay.
Might be dyeing my hair, I mean,
Oh,
never know. Yeah, you never know.
Just like your It's like your music evolves, like you have the space for your style too as well.
To
I love
move.
that.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
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 yeah. To say, I think too, like kind of keeping some things private, like in terms of your appearance. It also it should make people focus more on what you have to say because they shouldn't be like as invested in like, oh, what does this person look like? Like more of the vanity things versus like the
And it
actual.
helps it helps me also as an artist not to be overly focused on my image, but to be overly focused on the message. Yeah. And when I think you are one with your words, because your words come
Mhm.
from you. You are full of what you say. Yeah, so you can't be separate from your words. So when the identity is in the words, it helps you, the artist, to be more inclined with what you are saying, because you have to live it now. You have to preach it. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think it's okay.
You're so deep. You're so deep. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. You talk about having the importance of connecting with the world. And you have a lot of spiritual references in your music, and in the Bible there's a please don't, the Bible philosophers, please don't come for me if I get this wrong, but I know in the Bible it says something about a prophet not being accepted in his own land or in his own town. Is that something that you have experienced in your journey? Like, was it hard to feel accepted in Ghana? Was it easier to be accepted and connect with other places around the world, or is it flipped?
So it's in Ghana, the whole mask idea. I was about to tell you something, but I wanted to save it. But since you asked this, I mean, and since I'm not trying to hold anything back for the Odyssey, I think I can just go ahead. Initially, I had just covered my face because I didn't want, because and the family is now involved with the church. now it becomes a whole community now. So now when something is going wrong now, it's gonna be, So I had to find a best way to neutralize it and still do what I believe is purpose for me to do and not harm anyone. So I had covered everything. So I would go perform in a mask and come back home, and they don't know that's me, but they might be listening to my songs on the radio and all that, but they didn't know that's me. So I mean, it took a while. Um, they know you are schooling, you are studying, doing your degree, human resource and all that. It's not so much well to do, but yeah, well to do. So the little that we have, Ara needs to go to school. And Ara is in school and Ara is saying that he needs to go and record. You know? Yeah, so I mean, there had to be a way, there had to be a balance. So for me, I always make sure I study, make sure I don't miss anything when it comes to exams and all that. Yeah, but I also make sure that I don't miss a show and I don't miss a studio session, you know. So there had to be a balance, but by God's grace, we found a balance. However possible, it was very difficult, but you know, we found a way. And it was not easy being accepted here, though. I mean, that's why I obviously had to wear the mask, especially with the church and all that. And when they now finally had to realize this is the guy, it was fortunate enough to be on a song called Jesus Christ. Because right now they didn't have any problem. They were like, the guy is good. Praise the
Yes,
Lord.
yes,
That's
yeah.
it.
I
That's
love that you
it.
touched on that because I was gonna definitely ask, like, oh, was your music scene like it's the devil, it's the devil,
Yeah,
and,
you feel me?
but
Yeah.
yes, 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 got it. Oh, that makes sense. So with the capsule, with the Odyssey as part of the whole Finding Nemo series, what can we, I know it might be soon because the Odyssey is coming out, but what do you have in mind for things following the Odyssey? It can just be themes. I'm not gonna, invade your creative,
Oh,
you know.
after the Odyssey, I wanted to give a special thing to my core fan base. So I was planning on having a talk with them, see what we do, whether we come with it, because the projects are all ready. When the capsule was ready, the Odyssey was ready. Just a couple of songs weren't recorded yet and added. Yeah. So the Nemo, the album. So after the series, now we have found Nemo. So the album is Nemo, the album. Yeah, and that one is also ready. And the one after that is also ready, you know. But we just have to talk to the fan base, because we've been working since 2012. Yeah, it's on. It's been on. Yeah, yeah.
Wow. Oh my gosh. I didn't know that things can be prepared so far in advance. That's awesome.
I was even
100%.
surprised I was calling myself Nemo back in high school. Like listening to conversations back then and listening to my music now. Because in high school, I wasn't Nemo Constantine. But today, AraTheJay is Nemo Constantine. Yeah, so just all spiritually makes sense to me. Yeah.
Spiritual. Bringing it back to this project, the Odyssey, I know you've released what, 3 songs or 4 songs? Um, what can we expect for the rest of the songs? Can you give us a little sneak peek of the vibes for the rest of the songs? Are they all,
Oh, so 5 songs out now. We had to drop one because it had a remix and wanted to make that remix the original. So, like, feel me, smell me, smell me. Yeah, yeah. So, so we had to take out the original and make the remix the original, which is one thing, one hint. Another hint is most of the songs, some of the songs were produced by Guilty Beats. You know Guilty Beats. Yeah, legendary Guilty Beats. Guilty produced for Beyonce. So yeah, yeah. Yeah, there are songs on there that didn't make it on there now because of that next project, you know? Yeah. So we have collaborations on there with I might just tell you to keep now, but expect collaborations with NSG and all that. Yeah, but we saved it from the Odyssey. Now it will go into the next one. Yeah, but on the Odyssey we have artists like Stone Boy, we have Joshua Baraka, my guy from Uganda. I mean, I lived in Kenya, so I learned a little Swahili, so that's one of my brothers. Yeah, Joshua Baraka. We have Black Sheriff, of course, my bro, Bella. Yeah, I think these people, because we wanted to make it more of the core people now. I want to address my people now. I want to address my people around me now, and then from there we're gonna take it to the world. Yeah, but I mean, we there, see? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, yeah, I love that. I love that. Okay, so my last thing would be, so given that you're tapping into a global audience, what would you tell people who don't know AraTheJay? Like, finish the sentence. You should listen to AraTheJay because blank.
Listen to AraTheJay because he's always positive. He's always positive. I wanted to go godly, but I don't want to put them in their fields. So let's, he's positive. Let's let's stay with that. Yeah. Always positive. Yeah.
We need that in this world because too much negativity going on.
You know.
So need the positive.
Spread love. Yeah, we feel you. We smell you. I'm gonna say it again. I love your energy. This is like you're so fun. So really, I love when people say like, "Oh, I'm a positive person," but like I can see it on you. We can feel your energy. Yeah, AraTheJay, these gems you've been dropping, these are heavy gems, and I really appreciate. I could feel your work ethic. I'm really excited about this project coming up, and really excited about where you're headed next. I have actually a quick question. Like, where do you see yourself? Like, do you perform festivals? I know the Black Star Line Festival is really big in Ghana, but like, where do you want to be, or where are you going to be?
Everywhere. So you see what Banner is doing? See Banner 80,000. See Banner 100,000. See AraTheJay. See 3 million. The stadium is full, complete. Trust me. Yeah, but we'll be doing the O2. I mean, we'll do by God's grace. There's nothing that God can do that is not going to be done. Trust me. Yeah, everything is done.
Yeah, and you're about to go on a tour. Yeah, you're doing a European leg. You're coming out to
Yeah,
the States. So
my
he's
first
already on
time
the
here.
move, y'all.
And
Come
oh,
to
oh,
LA. Are you coming to
yeah,
LA?
you're in LA, Tiana, Tanina.
Yes.
Okay, okay,
Yes.
Or you can come to
okay.
Atlanta as well. We're here. We're everywhere.
All right. I'll
Yeah.
tell Larry to hit up you guys. Don't see my gear
Yeah,
location.
we always try to make it a goal when we interview artists to make it to their shows. So we have
Then
one
you need to.
down.
I need
Yes,
to be
we
sending
have
your
a couple.
tickets for the early one.
Okay, cool. So as I was saying earlier, you've been dropping a lot of wisdom. I think just to capture everything we've been talking about, want to hear from you. Like, what's one gem? Like, what's one word of advice that you would give to other artists who might be going through a similar journey, or they're trying to just make it, get started, just really put forward their life, their message through their music. So what's something you could drop for people?
We need to set some things very clear. You need to be very clear about things. You need to be very clear and real with yourself. Yeah. So for me, I was very clear, real with myself, knowing that life in its form comes from God. So if I need to appreciate anything and I'm so much grateful about life, I think I need to be grateful about God. I need to be talking to him more because what I'm grateful for, he made it. He made everything. Yeah, so that inclination is what gave me the understanding that actually everything needs to stem now from God, because it's from Him that everything comes. Yeah, and if you think about it, there's nothing hustle, grind, love. There's nothing outside. Everything can all be imbibed in God. Yeah. So for me, I yearned to put out positivity out, because I always wondered why people would go to the studio to record some things. And I knew how difficult it was for me to get to the studio. So I think of someone going through all that difficulty to go and put across that negativity. I thought we can do more. We can do better than that. Yeah, so these are one of the reasons why I do music myself. But aside that, one major advice for any person, you need to know that whatever dream you had a dream. No one had a dream. If you think about it, dreams, you slept and had a dream. So imagine you sleep and have a dream, and I now today come and tell you something. I come today myself, I've not known you from anywhere, not known your journey, but I all of a sudden think I have an opinion to say. That that should matter to you so much for you to deviate from your purpose. That's off. As the bearer of a vision, I believe you need to hold it fast. Understand that you have the vision. Yeah. So it's now outside opinions. It is outside every other thing. You are inside it. Yeah, you have the vision. You had a dream. Make sure that no matter what it is that's going on, it is the end goal that is in your mind. As you're saying that many artists want, you need to define making it. What do you mean by making it? For me, when the world gets my message, I've made it totally, because I yearned for you to listen to that positivity. Yeah, and you streamed it, watched it on a video, however I got to you. And that's for me, that's making it for me. Yeah, so you need to define some things for you. When you fulfill them, you will feel fulfilled. But when you set unrealistic things, you're not real with yourself, you're not clear with yourself, why am I doing music? Why am I doing this? Yeah, if you have defined all these goals, I think you have fulfillment. Yeah.
He can't even believe it himself. Like the wisdom is just, it's just there. Y'all are the J, Nemo Constantine, October
Yeah.
24th. We have the next installation of the Finding Nemo musical series with the one and only the Odyssey dropping October 24th. AraTheJay, you are an amazing brother from Ghana. You're our new cousin, our new bestie. So we'll definitely be supporting you along the way. Let us know how we can tap in. Where can we find the project? Where can we follow you? Where can people get connected?
So AraTheJay everywhere. AraTheJay. Ara is actually a Yoruba word for wonder. Yeah, so but no one was Yoruba, so right. That's why I asked that earlier. But Ara means wonder. Yeah, and the J is the blue singing bird, so that's where the whole AraTheJay is from. I mean, that's just by the way. And then on the 19th of December, every year, AraTheJay is live in Ghana. And this year I'll be live in Ghana. Last year we headlined the show, over 2,000. It was crazy. I mean, unexpected, because it was our first ever show. This year, second edition, going crazier, hopefully. I mean, totally, surely. Yeah. And I'm inviting you guys on the 19th of December. If you miss anything, you can't miss this show, because Nemo is live. And I do only live band. I don't like DJ set. I want you to feel the music. Yeah.
Love a
Yeah.
live band. I knew you was my type of guy. Okay. All right. Wait, before you go, I'm gonna bring this back. You told us that you was gonna drop a freestyle. We need to hear it.
Yep. Let's
All
see.
right.
Thinking so many songs in my mind. I wanna follow my desire on the path, and I don't wanna give up. Yeah, sister, me show me want me need power. I'm not alone, me show me cheat on me, yes, in a crusade. But before I go retire, I make sure say I don't know exercise. That I failed, but nothing like giving up. Even to the storm, happy I say me this holler. This, I've lost my voice because I've been various front and up and downs and all that. But this song,
It was perfect.
That was
this
so
short,
good.
Perfect.
this short thing is saying that I want to follow my desire. I'm on a path and I don't want to give up. I'm on the road. I see that I don't have power, but behind me, I see a crusade behind me. And this is my mantra, you know? Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
Deep.
It's so-
Like,
Love it. Love it.
you are the best. Thank you so much for coming and chilling with the gems. This is amazing. And yeah, like I said earlier, from Gold Coast to the world, like Ghana is, you're repping for the Ghanaians for sure. And I'm really excited about this.
Thanks for having me too, guys.
Of course. All right, y'all. Well, that's the first gems, and we'll see you on the next one.